Yay. Okay. So Jackie and I always message on the day of, and Jackie, can I say what you have? Can I say it? Yeah, is that okay? Jackie has COVID. So we're just playing rotating COVID host here.
We don't know yet.
Oh no, she doesn't know, but she lost her taste. Her smell.
We still haven't tested positive. It's been 3 negative tests. It's very, very frustrating, you guys. But we're here. And I thought about it. I was just like, you know what? Like, it's the beginning of the year, and we're just lucky and blessed that all I have to do is roll down the stairs into my office, and I can still show up without hurting anybody.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was the very first week that we were back, I had it. So, that's stinky, but actually, you know what? And I know it's totally off topic for our Zoom, but I'm pretty sure that this new variant, for some reason, I don't know if all the tests are picking it up. Honestly, I think that's what a lot of the problem is. I'm hearing it from a lot of people. The symptoms are there, but they're not testing positive. So that's weird. But Happy New Year. I'm super excited. I know that I can't be the only one that hopes 2022 goes a lot smoother than 2020 and 2021. I am so ready for momentum and excitement and all of the craziness to hit, because you guys, every year in January, February, March, April, May, June, I'd say those are the 6 months out of the year that are going to be an explosion if you decide to take action. Okay. If you decide to take action, and you're going to have, and I believe it was Twin the other day on a Zoom. It was, I think it was Twin that said it and brought it up. If you've been working these last couple months and you've been like really laying that foundation, then you're probably going to pick up a little bit more momentum a little quicker than somebody that has just fallen off planet Earth or hasn't been consistent or hasn't, showed up or anything. Right. So I want to tell you before we get into talking about tonight's Zoom too much, and the topics that we have covered, which we're going to talk about some price changes. We're going to talk about some really, like, when you're getting started, doesn't matter if you're just like deciding to work again, getting started, or you're a brand new promoter, some of the really big things that you need to be doing right now. But I want you guys to realize something. And this is what I want to tell you. If you don't get consistent now, you are going to kick yourself in the rear end in a few months. Okay. Because this momentum, and what happens is everybody comes into the new year and, right now we have the Ultimate Thriver. All right. That is like a hot thing. And tomorrow is the deadline. You guys, it was such a reminder. I have never posted a picture of myself. And this is something that every single one of you guys, I don't care if you are really going to do the Ultimate Thriver, and you're going to go hard, go take a picture of yourself and get it up there today. Okay. Like now, like if you haven't done it, or tomorrow morning at the latest. Okay. Because people will have till tomorrow midnight, right? Tomorrow midnight. Tomorrow's the 4th, right? Okay. They'll have, sorry, I have something in my eye. They'll have till tomorrow at midnight to do it. And the thing is, guys, is that my inbox exploded when I put my personal picture out there. It always will. If you go out there and you put a vulnerable picture of yourself, people want real. People want to see your excitement. People want to see the confidence. And if you go to my post, it's not perfect. I'm like, I've had huge weight loss and I have a lot of extra skin, and I'm definitely not looking hot in my pictures. Okay. And I'm not confident in my picture, but I am confident in my claims, in what I'm saying I'm going to do. And I showed up, like I took a before picture. You don't have to do it in a sports bra and a pair of leggings. You can put on a tank top, just something that's going to show your transformation. And then you're going to need to take that picture in something very similar whenever you do your 6-week picture and you do your final picture, right? Like you could literally win first place. Like, please do not think to not join if you don't have weight to lose. It has nothing to do with weight loss. Okay. The people that I saw win last year, they didn't have huge weight loss transformations, but they had huge body transformations. They had huge, like, their tone changed. Okay. Like their body, their overall body, their body shape changed. All right. Not just like muscles and stuff. My entire body shape has changed from this time last year. And I'll tell you, my exercise has been compared to how I was the year before, but I still made a lot of positive changes, right? So please do not exclude yourself from the Ultimate Thriver because of thinking that you're not going to have a lot of weight loss. So you're probably not going to win. You're never going to win if you don't do it. Right. But you could actually submit these pictures, set up your auto ship and put your little description paragraph out there, and you could win. You could win. You might just be the transformation that people are like, holy crap, like, you look amazing, and you're not seeing a darn thing. But guess what? You're not going to see it. I still see myself as 300 pounds a lot of times. And I know some of you guys are like, oh, how do you see that? Well, because your mind messes with you. And when you've seen yourself bigger your entire life, it's hard to see that transformation on your own body. Okay. So make sure you get that out there. Like I said, my inbox exploded, you guys. It was people that said that they had been following me, that they had seen me post before, but they hadn't seen me for a while. And like the one girl that messaged me, she's like, your name popped up. She was like, I thought about you the other day. I could not remember your last name. And she said, and I never see you on Facebook at all. And we aren't actually friends. She's just following me. So I don't show up in her friends. Okay. And she's like, and I was thinking about you, and then you popped up, and then your picture disappeared. She's like, so I'm so glad I asked you to message me, because if not, she wouldn't have been able to find me again. So when I messaged her back and I'm explaining all the stuff to her, she's just like, financially, she can't do it until the end of the month. Okay. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really work. And she said, but I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do the transformation. I'm still going to set up my auto shipment. I'm still going to do like everything. I might not be qualifying for the prizes. So make sure, even after tomorrow, that you're still encouraging people to go for it, to make those transformations, to get themselves in shape, get themselves excited. But the number one thing that you're going to need to do is get consistent. If you would get on, just say, TikTok today, and you decided every day, every single day, I'm going to post something that brings value to people in some way. Maybe it's something funny. Maybe it's something, I don't know, in your niche, whatever that may be for you. Maybe you're really good at organizing or cleaning. Okay. I'm going to use Annalise for a minute. Okay. I'm going to use Annalise for a minute because she is a personal trainer. All right. And she also is doing really big on like helping people organize stuff and cleaning and helping prep meals and giving exercise ideas and stuff like that. Right. So like if she went on to her TikTok, she could post about any of those things and bring tips. And that's bringing value. If she decided every single day from today for the next 6 months, you guys, she would have such a huge, massive following come the end of June into July, which then guess what? Starts that whole cycle of, oh gosh, it's going to be fall. It's summertime, blah, 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 right? But she's got all these new eyes that are now watching her and that have been following her. And that momentum is going to continue to climb because new people are going to see her. People that have been following her are going to finally decide, you know what? I went all summer. I didn't hit my goals. I need to check this girl out because she's still kicking butt and staying consistent with this. But if any one of you guys could go viral or could explode and have a huge account. Okay. But the problem is that you're not targeting an area, a specific area, that you're not bringing value to people. So I want you to ask yourself, what kind of value do I bring to the people that I'm posting to? Like when you post, what is the value that you're bringing? Okay. So if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You're going to discover it. What do you like? What are your personal values? Okay. What are the things that you get into? Because if you get consistent now, every single day, and then you intertwine some Lavelle into it, what the products have done for you. And listen, that can be something that I'm going to do. I'll just share with you guys is that I just ordered stuff to make soap. Okay. All right, great. But I don't want to just talk about soap. I'll get really bored with that in like probably a couple weeks, honestly. My change. So I'm like, okay, what goes on with Amanda? Amanda's always trying something different. That's one of my niches. But I don't share it. Why do I not share it? I don't know. So guess what? I am getting into making smoothie bowls. I have it coming this week, and I'm going to share that on my social media. That's why you guys saw me go live the other day when I made my charcuterie. I can't ever say it. Charcuterie board. Did I say it right? Charcuterie board. Anyway, something like that. But I made it, and it was super pretty, and it had great presentation. Wonderful. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. We just started slapping a bunch of stuff onto that board and made it look really pretty. And guess what? It's something that people are really into right now. And so people tuned into it. People were messaging, people were asking. So the more you do those kind of things and you put it out there, like when I'm making this soap, I just picked up, my ex-husband brought out a bunch of stuff the other day for my daughter, and I went out to the building today in the freezing temperatures because Tim put it in the garage or out in our building, and I grabbed it, and it has a lip scrub thing, like a lip scrub kit. I'm going to share it. I'm going to go live. I'm going to do it in my stories. Maybe I'm going to put it different places. And this is all to attract people in. What is it going to be? What's Amanda getting into now? What is she doing now? What is she trying now? Because people want to do things. People need hobbies. Okay. Most people, if you ask them what their hobbies are, they're like, I don't know. I don't know. Right. Because we're so busy with kids or animals or everybody but ourselves. Right. But let me tell you something. You need something for you. I can't tell you how much Stacy has told me her pure joy for making the candles. You guys, in July, she didn't even know how to make candles. And then she started doing it. And guess what? She has a massive amount of new eyes on her from a hobby. That's awesome, right? So like, what are the things that you want to bring out to the table to draw people into you? Yes. Oh, I love that. I love Megan said that she has on her dream board to find a hobby. And can I just tell you guys, I do not have my dream board done. Anyways, I went and got this awesome one, and I can't wait for you guys to see it at Hobby Lobby. And it used to be like a picture frame thing. I'm going to prop it on my wall. And guess what? I can put little pins in and change it all the time. So it's something I can reuse, but I'm going to hang it right above our bed or maybe over here. I don't know. It might not be a good idea to hang it right above my bed because it might fall or something on us. But I think that my board's not done because I wanted to make it really thoughtful and pretty and break it down this year a little bit different than I have in the past. But I have all the stuff wrote down, just not created, if that makes sense. But as you're putting this stuff together and you are kind of getting in a habit and starting to share it with people, those people that have a common interest or want to do that, they're going to start following you. They're going to start asking you questions. They're going to start seeing your Thrive post if you get consistent with it. And you guys, I'm like, that is at the top of my list, like very top of my list. Like this morning, I actually posted my capsules in my stories. I think might be my only story today, which is really terrible. Don't follow Amanda's advice on that because I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. Plus I had some extra running I had to do. But I have it in my daily actions as my number one priority to make sure that I'm putting Thrive in my stories every single day and making sure that I have a post of some sort. It may be a business post. It may be a product post. It may be a testimony, an actual testimony, which we're going to get into here in a second. Whatever it is, make sure you're doing it every single day. So what have I told you so far? Get consistent, get a hobby of some kind to share, and make sure that you are posting about your business or Thrive or a testimony of some kind every single day. Okay. So let's back up for just a second. So everybody's seen that there were price changes. Obviously, it's not by much. It's like by $2 is what I've seen for most stuff. It looks like a $2 difference or whatever. You guys, I expected this. I actually expected it much sooner. This is the first time they've changed prices since I've been here. $10 for something had $10 change. So I'm guessing whatever it is, I mean, with the microchip shortage in a lot of places, which I know we don't have microchips in any of our products, but with the microchip shortage, cars are really high, computers are really high. We just got a PC for Colton, and the chip shortage is so ridiculous. They were like, if you can find a good quality one, just take it, right? Just take it. For 4 weeks, it's $10 more. So yeah, it's not terrible. All right. It's not a terrible price change difference. People are used to changes in stuff. Now if they're on auto shipment, they're golden. The packages, the promoter packs stayed the same. Plus now they're going to get free shipping. And honestly, if you factor in the price difference that they're paying, okay, and you subtract the shipping because they're getting that for free, it actually ends up being cheaper.
And the price increase, guys, our volume is going to go up.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so glad that you said that, because think about it. If something costs $2 more, all right, I'm just going to use $2 more, and somebody orders 100 products. Just you've sold 100 products this month. Okay. Doesn't matter what it is. And just say every one of those products had a $2 price increase. Look how much more money that is. Holy crap. Right? I mean, you literally just doubled. That's why I did a $2. So I was like, all right. So instead of 100, like you literally just got $200, right? So, I mean, literally, think about that in a much larger scale. Or I'm like getting numbers all confused, but anyways, it's going to increase your volume. The bigger your team is, the more you're going to see that volume increase. All right. So as you're growing, you're going to constantly see those changes happen. So just remember this, anytime somebody asks about the shipping or the price increase, say, but oh my God, we get free shipping and that's so much better. Like I'll pay $2 more to get free shipping. Cause you guys, that's a lot. Like that's crazy amount. I think it's crazy difference, right? Unless they're getting like a massive amount, they're not going to see it. I guess if they're ordering like 20 different products, but if they're not, they're just ordering the 3 steps, then yeah, it's actually going to be cheaper. It's going to be cheaper.
Something that I was reading something last night, and something that I want you guys to like marry these 2 words together. It's going to help you guys with your business. When you guys talk about auto ship, always talk about auto ship discount, auto ship discount, auto ship discount, auto ship discount. That way, whenever like you are talking to somebody and they're like, oh, do I have to be on auto ship? Like, yes, for the auto ship discount. That way they know automatically like why they're doing it. I know we say it all the time, but I feel like if you put those 2 words together when you're talking to people, they'll start to understand it more without you having to say as much, right? So auto ship discount. I'm really excited about that for shipping too, because it's very, yeah.
I'm glad that you said it because I think that a lot of people are afraid to say auto shipment. Like somebody will message them even about Ultimate Thriver and they're like, what do you have to do? So I actually don't use the word auto shipment like in my wording when I just told these people. I was like, you need to have 3 consecutive orders. So you need to order this month, next month, and the following month. And you can use whatever wording. Now I do say auto shipment, but if it's something that you're struggling with talking about, I always say, and when I sign somebody up, I always tell them, you want to make sure that you sign up for auto shipment because you're going to get 20% off plus now I can say you're going to get free shipping. And I want you guys to realize that when you say those discounts, it takes away from that feeling like they're obligated, and make sure they understand that they absolutely can cancel anytime. But they'll want to keep their auto shipment on so that they can qualify for the Ultimate Thriver for one, but also so that they're getting that discount. And then if they are getting their, if they want to qualify for some of the auto shipment perks, and you want to maybe let them know about that, sometimes they'll come out with special stuff for the auto shipment. Our auto ship customers will get the perks first. They have first ability to get new products launched. People really, really, really like that. And also, if you guys didn't see on the, like, since we still have the normal Dream Team page up still to this right now, and it still says 2021, because there's no sense in really changing it till we get the new page up and just confuse everybody till then. But if you look on there, you can see, was it Brittany? It has to be Brittany that put that awesome thing together, or was it somebody else? Who was the person that did the list today? Was it Brittany Hyder?
It was on Kaylee's team somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it was Brittany Hyder, but it could have been any. Yeah, I see the other Brittany saying yes, it was Brittany Hyder, because she's like the queen of keeping me sane and organized too. So I figured it was probably her. So she has a sheet that you can actually, I saved it and it's in my albums. And also, you guys, anytime you see a post on the Dream Team page, or if you're in like your leaders group or whatever, where they're sharing stories, create an album immediately. Like, if you don't already have an album for stories, create an album on your phone and save it to your stories. Like, literally, I went through today, I seen somebody made a post about new stories, pictures or whatever. And I went through and I save. Then I went to my thing, I hit select, and I just put them right in that stories album. And this is going to save you for those days that you like don't have anything to post, or you're not whatever, or if you want to save quotes, something inspirational, whatever, save them to an album, and then you can go and post to your stories or post on your normal post or whatever anytime. You guys have heard us talk about that before. Oh, I know Stacy went over this last night. A lot of the back to the basics. I don't know if you guys seen the boot camp that we put together, but every day there's going to be different tasks, and it's really about just getting back to being consistent, getting back to doing the basics things, finding friends, adding people daily, just getting your actions, getting consistent again. There's different leaders every single day. I'm going to lead one of the days. There's amazing ladies that are all helping out with that. If you or your team, anybody needs it, just get added. Okay. Get added to it. I think the link is on the page. So you just, whatever, or talk to me or talk to one of your uplines. Not everybody message me. If you got somebody else that's working, message them too, because if not, my inbox will blow up. But this is a really good way that if you just need some extra accountability, it's not something that's like, oh my God, you don't do it, you're kicked out. Okay. It's not going to be something that is balls to the wall and there's this huge prize at the end. But we are going to randomly throughout this draw names, and there's going to be winners for people that are, actually contributing and doing the things. So it's all in your hands, but the tools are there for you to do and to use. But really getting back to the core of what it is, which is kind of what Jackie and I really wanted to stress on tonight, and what we'll probably take the rest of the Zoom up talking about, is getting consistent with actually like what you should be doing when you're getting started. And that comes down to this, guys. You need to share what Thrive is doing for you. What is it doing for others? And really knowing what it's doing for others. So if you see somebody share an awesome story, an awesome testimony, you see a before and after, you're like, holy crap, it makes your mouth drop. You better be saving that story. And then you share it later and talk about that person. Your friend, Sarah, your friend, Amy, she has inspired you so much by her journey. Started off a little bit. This is what she said. Okay. And like, you can literally quote her stuff or his stuff, whoever it is, and then share a picture. Maybe you want to not use the exact picture that they put up, but maybe you want to throw a background on it, or you want to put something else in there so that it's not like the exact same post. You always want to put, if you're sharing a story of somebody else's, why you're sharing that story. Did it inspire you? Did it make you excited? What did it do for you? Because you don't want to just say, like, I hate it when I see somebody share a story from like the Lavelle fan page. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm kind of rippling this all into one. But if you haven't submitted your story to Lavelle fan page, please do that. Get it out there. Let Lavelle blast you all over social media. And then you get to share that, holy crap, your company just shared your testimony. You guys, that makes people like, oh, wow, she must be really into this. Oh, she must really be doing well. Or she must actually like be serious about what she's doing. Guess what happens if people know that you're serious or that you're committed to something? They're more likely to join you because you're not going to just flake out on them whenever they start getting serious about their goals, right? So if you have not submitted your testimony to the Lavelle fan page, make sure you do that. And while I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm going to let Jackie take over for a brief second, because I'm going to get the email and I'm going to put it over here to where you're going to send your story to, but I'm just double checking because we've changed it a couple of times. So I want to make sure I'm telling you the right one.
Hi guys. Okay, pardon my voice. It might go in and out. Yesterday I was like dying on my own team Zoom, like coughing in and out. But probably one of the best things that you can do for your business, whether you've been around for a while or if you're brand new, is share your story. When you share your story, I'm going to tell you guys pretty much just a simple way to share your story and places that you can share it. Okay, so if you guys are on Facebook, creating a Facebook post, because that's something that people will be able to go to. They're going to see it in their news feed. It's going to be there all the time. You can share it. If you go back to it, you can also share it on your Instagram feed. You can make a post. Me personally, I've helped a lot of people do their story, and it can be literally anything. It can be a selfie of yourself being happier, right? It doesn't have to be a side by side. It can literally be anything. It could be a side by side of you a year ago and how you looked then and how you look now. It doesn't have to be a physical transformation, right? If somebody sees a glow on your face now versus a year ago, it's a transformation, right? So there's that. There's lots of different things. You can pick any kind of photo, right? It could even just be a picture of you and your DFT, whatever it is. Just pick a photo that you're going to write your story with. Besides that, if this is a bonus, okay, so there's Facebook, there's the feed. You notice that I'm not saying stories, because stories just, it leaves in 24 hours, right? You guys can share the stories anytime, but I'm really talking about putting it on Facebook as a post or your feed as a post. And then last night, I actually heard, was it last night or a couple nights ago, maybe, Brittany Strike, she actually was talking about how Reels is like showing her to everyone while she's sleeping. And I was just like, holy crap, that is freaking gold. And she's right. So if you guys know how to use Instagram Reels, doing your story in 15 seconds in a reel, something like that actually shares your story, like who you were before Thrive and then who you are now. You kind of have to get creative with it to stick it in 15 seconds. But if you can do it and get it on Reels, that thing is going to be a commercial that's playing 24/7 while you're sleeping, right? So I thought that was great, but I'm going to show you guys like just what to actually put in your story. So you definitely want to introduce yourself. And I feel like this is the best. Whenever I feel like I want to get started all over again, I will tell my story. So I'll be like, my name is Jackie. I am a mom of 3. I used to do this. I was an entrepreneur. The reason why I took a look at Thrive was because I needed energy. After my 3rd baby, I had gained so much weight. And you can even talk about how you were skeptic at first. Like, I watched a friend for 9 months and I finally decided to try it. And after I tried it, it changed my, whatever. Started having more energy. I dropped 30 pounds really quick, right? Just what Thrive is doing for you. And then you want to share your excitement at the end of it. Like, why are you still thriving, right? What is it that you are excited about, right? You might be excited, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but all I know is I feel amazing. I never want to miss a day and I want everyone to feel like me, right? So you can say something like that. And then if you guys are new, I always like to pull in support. Okay, so if I'm getting somebody to share their story, I'll be like, you're not in this alone. Make sure that you tag me, like tag your friend or whoever that shared it with you. Just because I know that a lot of people are always scared about what other people are going to say. But if they see that somebody else is kind of attached to that story, they're definitely not going to say something terrible. They're not going to be talking in the comments like, oh, is that a pyramid scheme? If they see that they're going to be kind of attacking somebody else too. I mean, they still might, you're going to get haters no matter what. But I feel like if you can tag that you're already a part of a community and people that are supporting you, you're not going to get really attackers. You're not going to get attackers, right? So that is basically how I would share a story for a post. And then, of course, when you guys do share your story, you guys can do this anywhere. You guys can go, some of your stories might be longer in other places, right? Your story might be a bit longer on Facebook. Your story might be a little bit shorter on Instagram, right? Like on the Instagram feed. And then obviously Reels, you got to get really good and do it in 15 seconds. But the most important thing, you guys, is be excited and make sure that people know like what you're doing, that it's Thrive related, and always be compliant too. So make sure that there's no medical claims. Most importantly, no financial claims with dollar amounts or anything like that, and never list a medical condition. So I mean, when it comes to that, like just start to share your story. I know Amanda's getting the email and stuff for the Facebook fan page. If you guys are new, or if you guys have never heard about how to actually get your story on the Facebook fan page, you write your story and you send it in to this email, and Lavelle will approve it, and then they will feature you sometime. If they pick your story, they'll feature you. So it's the same thing. You pick out a story. I mean, you pick out a picture and then you write your story and then you send it in. So yeah, there is that. And then what else was I going to say about that? Okay, so basically sharing your story sometime this, hopefully this week, but hopefully within if you guys are busy this week, sometime this January, I hope that all of you guys share your story, because this is literally peak season of people with health, weight loss, wanting to change. They're coming out of holiday blues. And if your story can relate to somebody, it can change somebody's life. Okay. Besides you sharing your own story, let's talk more, because you guys who are all on here, you guys are all leaders. Okay. The best thing that you guys can do as a leader is help your brand new promoter share their story. Okay. They don't know how to share their story, right? You guys got to get really good at this too. If you're somebody who signs up a lot of people, like high PPA, like, yeah, you're getting people on, but how good are they at, like, you gotta encourage them to share their story too, right? That way it keeps on going, right? So the best thing you can do as a leader is help your people so that they know how to share their story. If you guys are on here, like I'm helping all of you guys now kind of understand how to share stories. You guys have probably already done it, but your brand new person is not going to know how to share their story. And it'll be that much better if you help them with it. Okay. So one of the best things you guys can do. I have Twin is my upline. Okay. Twin actually helped me share my story in her very twisted and crazy way. She actually just I sent her a transformation and she went and posted it. And I was just like, what did you do? But that was the catalyst for me to actually share my story, because had she not just thrown me out on social media without my permission, I probably wouldn't have shared right away. Okay. So however it gets done, you guys just got to get it done. I mean, but if you guys are actively, working your business and working with your brand new promoters, you guys know what it feels like. I mean, most of you guys should. You guys sign a brand new promoter and you guys are like, oh my God, I have a brand new promoter. I'm going to tell them about VIP. How do you expect them to get their VIP? They have to share, right? So this is where the storytelling gets really good. So besides that, share your story, right? If you have new people that are coming in, help them share their stories. And then there's other stories also that you guys should also know, okay? So I think Twin was also talking about this the other day, but it's also important for you to know another opportunity story, like somebody else's. Okay. You can know your uplines, you can know just any other stories and stuff that inspire you. Just because sometimes your own story, we always talk about this third party credibility, how your friends and the people who that know you, sometimes they they don't trust you right away, right? Sometimes they want to see something else. Sometimes it's somebody else's story that like motivates them, and that's just the hard like truth, but it is what it is, right? So share other people's stories. I know that when I started, I didn't have success yet, right? All I had was I was taking the products. I had a great transformation, yes, but people were wondering why I was doing this, and I told them, I said, you know what? My girlfriend's been doing this for 9 months. I know she's been crushing it. And this is why I'm doing this, because I was watching for 9 months. Like that's credibility right there. I've been watching for 9 months. Like I was skeptic for 9 months, and I've seen her, and like I've seen that she's had great success in this, and like I trust her, right? So those are other stories that you guys should be sharing too, especially if you're brand new, right? Especially if you're brand new, because every single person, and I always tell people this in their VIP, I tell them like, hey, I know it's going to be hard for you to sign a promoter, because think about what you're doing. You're new to this, and your friends know that you have not been selling Thrive like 2 weeks ago, right? They know that. So you have to lean on other stories, other success stories, right? And success comes in so many forms, right? Whether that's like a physical transformation, pulling somebody out of a dark place, like there's so many things, this opportunity changing somebody's life, so many things. You guys get all the stories that motivate you, and then also like curate your own, right? So I see Amanda's back.
I am. I keep on coming in and out. Let me tell you, I am actually getting ready to make a post on the Dream Team page. And I know we've had them before, but we always have new people joining. So I'm just going to make a new post, and it's literally, please share your story below, and add a picture, right? Because here's the thing. I want you guys to think about the people that are currently on your timeline, all right, that you see. And I'm just going to speak from Facebook, but you are on other platforms, okay? But the majority of people that you see or that are following, or maybe there's somebody that's on your chicken list that you really haven't reached out to, but you know they'd be amazing in this business, all right? So I want you to think about this. Teachers, nurses, stay-at-home moms, what's some other jobs that people a lot of times you see in this industry? Hairstylist, like Twin was doing Tanya's eyebrows, right? Whenever she was there, like that's literally how Twin ended up here. Okay, she did Tanya's eyebrows, Tanya came back for a fill, and then boom, the rest is history. Okay. And the thing is that if she wasn't still using the products, if she wasn't sharing the products, Twin would have never known anything about this, right? So I want you guys to think about this, like the people that are on your newsfeed that you are following or that you would really want to join your business. What if you went and you created an album just for stories? Okay. Stories about nurses, stories about stay-at-home moms, stories about teachers, stories about hairstylists that have been successful, stories about I don't know, any medical profession, stories about somebody that works at a bank. I mean, I could think of a bazillion different people. I see Lena sitting over, she's smiling, because that's part of Lena's story, right? And you guys, that's the thing, is like, I can sit here and I can tell you all kinds of people. And like, if you guys never heard Jackie's story, and like when she did her 200K interview, I didn't even know half that crap. I was like, holy crap, you badass woman, you. I'm like, whoa, like she's amazing, right? And the thing is, oh, hello. But the thing is like when you hear these things and people talk about being busy, and that's why they don't have time for this. You guys, busy people are the best people. Busy people are the best people because they find a way to fit it in. They don't make excuses of why they can't get it done. Okay. So if they're telling you they're too busy, they're probably not too busy. They're probably sitting there watching Netflix and interfering with Yellowstone or something. I don't know. But I'm being serious. Busy people get shit done, period. They do. And busy people are actually doing things. Get it? That means they're motivated. All right. So associate busyness and people that you see, like that are volunteering and doing stuff all the time. These are the kind of people that you want on your team. You want people that want to get out there and talk to people, that are like literally like excited about life, excited about helping people. Those are the kind of people you want. So gather a list together of different stories to share, because like Jackie was just saying, when you're starting, or if you've even been in for 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, and you still have not really gotten any, like your business has not grown, make it, this is the year. This is the time. You're done playing games. You're done like sitting on your rear end and not making it happen when you've watched literally all these people do it. You've sat there and you've watched people come in, hit their VIPs or 4K, 12K, every rank or whatever. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? Quit asking yourself what you're doing wrong and start focusing on what you can do right. And the things that you can do right is get consistent. The things you can do right is making sure you're reaching out to people. You're growing your audience. You're finding the things that are going to provide value. That is such a huge thing. Value, you guys, excitement, consistency, intention, and making sure you are connecting, consistency, and intention every single day. And you're going to change your business. And when you share your story, you know, I liked that you said that Twin basically kind of just did it in her own way. Listen, when somebody messages you and they tell you like how they're feeling or whatever, I'm going to challenge you to reply back to them, basically restating what they just told you. Because guess what? When they hear it come out of your mouth, what they're accomplishing, it hits differently than what they just rambled off. They're going to diminish their own success. All right. So just like me, when I sit here and I say, you know, I've lost 133 pounds, I'm still don't have a healthy BMI. I'm only like a couple points away from it, but I'm diminishing my success. However, somebody out there that still has 133 pounds to lose is like, holy crap, Amanda, you just lost a whole person. Like, that's incredible. So guess what? If I reply back to that person who's diminishing their own success and I'm excited about what they just accomplished, they're like, oh, maybe I did do something. Like, wow. Right. And it makes them feel good. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel excited. And listen, you can even help those new promoters write out their story. Like, you know, start with, okay, how did you feel on day 1? And you can even type it up as they're telling you. How did you feel on like day 3? When did you start to really notice a difference? Right. And what were you doing before on a daily basis? How are you, like, what are you doing now? And what are you excited to still accomplish? Like, what are you trying to gain from this? Right. And I want you guys to think about, like, it doesn't have to be paragraphs long. Listen, I've seen people just make a short little run of it. Right. And I can tell you some of the posts that get my attention the most are the short ones, because I hate to read like big, long stuff, even though I make big, long posts all the time. But I like the short, to the point. I can tell you, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. Angie Taylor, when she joined, she posted, and it's how she got Sarah Bustle to join. You guys maybe don't even know these names, but I'm just saying them. Anyway, she was dancing in her living room. She was having a dance party in her living room with her kids. And she hadn't danced in the living room in a very long time with her kids. And she was just like, if this is what Thrive's doing to me, then I'm going to keep taking it every day. Right. And it was such a short, to the point video of her dancing, having fun with her kids. You guys, there's so many people that sit on the couch. And if you're one of these people, it's okay. And their kids are playing, or they're at the park and they're sitting on the bench and their kids are playing, and they never really go play. They never really get interacting. They never sit down with their kids and create a craft, or they never run around and jump and play with their kids, or do a dance party, or play Just Dance, or whatever games there are, because they are literally so out of shape. They don't have any energy. They're exhausted. They're tired. Show people what the Lavelle life is. Show them what Thrive is all about. Show them you living, because so many people, you guys, are not. And this time of year when it's cold, if it's cold where you're at, it's cold where I'm at. This time of year it can be very dreary. It gets dark sooner, I guess, depending on where you live. It gets dark sooner. It's dreary. People are stuck inside. And they're just like, it's just proven, it's proven people get more down this time of the year. And show people that you're alive. Show people ways that even though there's a foot of snow on the ground and it's ice cold outside, that you're getting some exercise in, that you're moving your body, that you're able to still make healthy decisions that are going to help you get closer to your goal, and how Thrive is incorporating that. So when you're getting up in the morning, I'm so excited about this because I saw it on TikTok today. And then I went to Walmart and I saw it. So they have these little mini waffle makers at Walmart right now. And they have ones that are hearts and they have ones with Santa Claus and like turkeys and stuff too, but they were like $8. All right. And it was a mini waffle maker. Anyways, this girl did protein powder, a scoop of protein powder, an egg, and a half of a banana. Mixed it up, threw it in the waffle maker, and she got like 3 great big waffles. And it was a huge full breakfast, and she just threw a couple berries and a little squirt of whipped cream, and it has hardly, I don't know if you count macros or carbs or whatever, but hardly any. Like, I mean, yes, you got a little carbs from your banana, but you're only having a half a banana, and that's good carbs. Okay. So anyways, show people like healthy recipes and fun things that you're doing. And like these ones are going to be little cute heart pancake or cute heart waffles. And they're really healthy. And I'm throwing in my protein powder. Like, I can't wait to do like the freaking chocolate fudge one. That's going to be awesome. And I'm going to share it with people. A chocolate brownie banana waffle. Like, that just sounds delicious, right? So like when I share that, people are going to be like, oh, that sounds yummy. And then I got these little donut makers. They had that too, and I couldn't resist. And I'm sure I got to come up with some good, healthy donut recipe of some kind. But anyways, I'm sharing that because that's going to draw people in. And guess what? You can mix in your lifestyle mix. Boom. You just showed people a recipe and a healthy way of doing things that's fun. And maybe you get your kids in there if you have kids, and you show them making it with you and you guys doing something together. Or I don't know if you guys seen the hula hoop thingy on TikTok. I am about 2 seconds from ordering it because I need something funny. I like to make people laugh. So I will totally go and do the hula hoop on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and not care. I'd go live and do it because I want my waist to shrink, and obviously it must be doing something. And I seen Amy Opson do it the other day. She just got her link in, and every time you get to remove a link, right? So I definitely think somebody said, okay, so yeah. So I do want to address this. I got a little private message over here about baking with the lifestyle mix. If heat would reduce the nutritional value, it will probably a little bit. Just because anytime you cook any type of vegetable, fruit, whatever, or a lifestyle mix, yes, it's going to reduce the nutritional value a little bit. However, getting it in and actually drinking it, eating it, whatever, is better than not. So when people ask about that kind of stuff, I just tell them you're still getting it. You're still getting it into your system. So I really wouldn't worry about that too much. Now, the only thing I will tell you is don't make your lifestyle mix the night before and leave it in the refrigerator all night, because you're really just destroying it and it's going to taste like crap too. But I definitely have made my lifestyle mix and put it in my, I made the mistake of making chai pudding. I like to make chai pudding, and I put it in my life. I put my lifestyle mix in it, and it was really bad. And it probably did lose all of its, but it wasn't bad when I put it in when I was eating it, like fresh. So like preparing it ahead of time wasn't a good idea at all.
I would probably say, like, if you do make it, just be like, it doesn't replace your step two. I'm just doing it because I like the flavor and
Yes.
more added benefits or whatever. I would probably do something like that. My fudge brownie's coming tomorrow. I'm actually really excited. But I wanted to add something else about stories and stuff, just because, like, we picked this particular topic because, we want everyone to share their story and help your teams share their story, right? Because this is a really, really good point. Okay. So we always get a lot of people who ask, well, is there scientific data about the Thrive experience and like all this stuff? And you've even heard our CEO say before that the millions of people who are having an amazing experience and whose lives have changed is the data. Okay. This is the whole reason why sharing stories is so, so, so important. Amanda just reposted, if you guys want to share on the fan page. And like, if you guys want your uplines or whatever to take a look at your story, like I've had a lot of people say, hey, can you look over my story? Do you think it's too long? Do you think I should, whatever, you know, like, first of all, have confidence in yourself, but there's so much support if you guys do need somebody to look it over, right? And then another thing is, like, once you master your story, right? Once you actually get your story out and you have it in a post or whatever, you guys can use that same story over and over, right? I highly recommend sharing your story at least once a month, right? You can share it as much as you want, really. Like, if your IG or your Facebook is super busy, you have a lot of traction, if you want to share it every single week and that brings in new people for you every single week, great. But at least try to do it once a month, just so that, like, your like page and stuff doesn't get stale, right? And people know what you're doing. You are always going to pull in new people because there's new people landing on your page all the time. So there's that. But once you have your story out, like on wherever you have it, you can use the same story, right? We have, like, it's January coming up. You're going to start seeing a lot of people. I mean, hopefully, if we can all get out there, but people are going to be doing online events, right? If you guys ever get the chance to share your story on a live, like a Facebook live or a Zoom, like I always do a call every single week where somebody shares their story. Same thing, right? So when you actually write out the story, start practicing your story so you can share it out loud, right? Not just like actually in your post. Like, this is the first step of having it in your post. But once you have it in your post, you have it, right? You can actually print it out. And if somebody tells you to go live and like, hey, share your Thrive experience story, let's go live on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you want to go live, you have it, right? It's going to be easy for you to share. It's like clockwork, right? This is also what they like to call an elevator pitch. Like if somebody asks you, like, what is Thrive? Or if you see somebody in person, if you master your own story, it's going to be so natural for you, even when you're doing belly to belly. So really, really important, you guys, focus on getting your story down packed. Your story always changes too, right? If you guys are leaders and you guys have been here for like a couple years, let me tell you, I always get so overwhelmed because I'm like, my story is like 10 pages long. You know what I mean? You have to kind of like cut and trim like certain things and stuff. And your story might change on who you're talking to or what kind of audience you're like bringing it to. But having a story, like just having it ready is so, so, so important. So that's something that, you guys can get ready now, because I mean, I want you guys for the next 365 days to tell your story at least every single day, like whoever you see, like whether it's just like telling your story a little bit or telling your story a lot, right? So have it ready, because you will get a lot more people on Thrive the more you tell it.
Yeah. And I also want to give you guys an idea. If you're somebody that is not really good at like typing, but you can talk and you can say it, you can record it, like you can voice record it, your story, and just send it to yourself and then just forward it when somebody wants to hear your Thrive experience, and just tell them, listen, it's a lot to say. So I saved a recording of my entire story. I'm going to send you that. That way, in case like when you're talking, they don't think like it's impersonal or anything. It's just because like, hey, I want you to hear like what my testimony is or whatever. And of course it's going to change, just like Jackie just said, and you're going to add to it and you're just going to throw that in or whatever. But this is something that you can do. And I did it a long time ago because when I first joined, they really encouraged us all to have a 24-hour call. Like Paul has the 24-hour call and everything, right? So they encouraged everybody to have a 24-hour call, which is kind of like the elevator pitch, right? You want to keep it kind of short, sweet, to the point. Preferably only a few minutes long, but I talk a lot. So I did this and I was trying to create this or whatever. And I didn't want to do it live, like at the time. And I hate doing the voice like on the phone. And I don't really like to call numbers anyways. So I did this on my own. It wasn't something I was really taught. But I want to share it with you guys because I liked it. I did a YouTube video of literally, it's just a picture of me. Okay. Oh, I just muted myself instead of sharing it. Anyways, oopsie.
I was a total skeptic, but I knew that if I wanted this to work, I had to take it the exact way that I was told to. So on day one, I took one capsule. Now, I was about a cup a day coffee drinker.
Listen, it's not
2
perfect,
cups a day, and
but
I still made that cup of coffee.
You can tell. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm literally just sharing the process of me getting started. All right. And it was so simple. I literally just recorded my voice. I took a picture and I used, I don't know what app it was, but you can do any app. Okay. Or you could actually just do it while you're talking and you're looking at the camera and then upload it to YouTube, send it to yourself, forward it out to people when they want to know your story. And then you're adding a personal touch to it. And it's really super quick and easy. And you always have it. And you have a link that you can like attach to your website or anywhere, like on your personal page, right? People can go click your YouTube link and they can hear your story. And I just want to give that idea out to you guys, because the more you share that, and listen, you could post your story once a week. And guess what? Maybe Jackie, I'm just going to use Jackie. She's my friend on Facebook. Okay. Jackie has never seen me post my story, but yet I post my story once a week. I don't really, I need to, I don't, I'm not once a week, but just say I did post it once a week. Okay. But Jackie's never seen it. And we've been friends for years, but Jackie's never seen it. So I want you guys to realize that you can have friends. I don't care how many friends you have on Facebook, but they could never see your post. All right. They could literally never see your post. So every time you post your story, it's getting in front of new eyes, period. End of story, especially if you're growing your network every single day. And, the other day, Brittany was talking about, how she went from 20,000 followers, how she had no followers to 20,000 followers. Now she's got over 100,000 followers. You guys, the big key with that is, listen, most of us are not going to be able to make those pretty to like videos with all the makeup. Okay. That's like not my jam. However, I can make messy food and make messy bath bombs and make messy whatever. And as long as I stay consistent with it, it's still going to blow up. All right. It's all about what value does she bring to people? Beautiful makeup, these transformation tips. She shares her makeup tips. She shares the stuff. So you see the value, what she's bringing to the table there. Okay. That's creating an audience. All right. So for me, somebody that wants to find a hobby, all the different hobbies that I'm going to put out there, my God, they're probably going to find something that they're interested in trying, and they're not going to feel like a fool doing it, because guess what? I just did that for them. I just looked silly doing it. So, getting stuff like, I don't know how I got on that topic from the whole Thrive video on YouTube, but you guys, the more you share, that's my point, I guess, is the more you share your story, your testimony, or other people's stories or whatever that inspired you, the more other people are going to realize that they can do it. Their friend that is struggling, that is also a nurse, can do it. Their friend that is a hairdresser, that literally her back is killing her every single day. You just read an amazing testimony on the Lavelle fan page about this hairdresser that was really, really struggling, and how she is now able to work at her own pace and work the hours that she doesn't have to work every single day anymore. Like, she's able to cut back a little bit. So anyways, she's living again where she literally was not able to do anything before. So I want to preference a story that Chas tells a lot. She was talking to somebody and they were like a super big into like doing stuff, risk-taking stuff, right? So she's talking to this person anyways, and she goes over to the fan page and there's a person jumping out of a plane. They're like a daredevil. All right. Like, and I always remember this story because you have people that are like that on your news feed, and you might be in a message with them and you're like, what can I give them that is really going to be like inspiring? You guys, you can go over to the fan page, or you can just type in on Facebook, 3 steps nurse, 3-step or Lavelle nurse, Thrive nurse. And I'm just using a nurse because I'm a nurse. So for example, if you typed in Lavelle nurse, you probably see Amanda Arnott somewhere in there, right? You definitely would see it on the fan page because I've shared it. My 5-year anniversary is coming up in 12 days. And you best believe I am trying to have my story on the fan page on my 5-year anniversary. Okay. So I am aiming for it. In fact, I think I might actually go buy a balloon, a 5 balloon, because those pictures always grab my attention. So just like Jackie was saying, it doesn't have to be a before and after picture. It can be a picture with you and your kids. It can be a picture of just you, a really awesome hot selfie that you decide that you're wow banging, or a hot mess. A hot mess. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Although maybe if you're saying that you're living and you feel like maybe fix yourself up a little bit for that picture. But maybe your before picture sucks and then your after picture is awesome, right? It doesn't have to be the transformation. It can literally just be a really like solid picture of community, of friendship, of family, of something, hobby that you're able to do or have time to do, or that you actually are enjoying doing because you have the energy now to get up out of bed and go do it, right? That is a testimony, you guys. So if you've not done any major transformations, but you have gotten out of bed and you've started moving your body and you've cleaned a room or organized something, go share it. It's a story. There's somebody on your fan or on your newsfeed right now that hasn't done anything. That is literally probably sitting there and maybe they're scrolling and they're Humpty Dumpty on a log. Like they're like, ooh, like don't want to do anything and they're miserable. And they need some life in this community and the people and hope, share the hope, right? So that's really, oh yeah, your uplines, your sidelines. I know Jackie said that, but I want you guys just to realize how good it is to know those stories. They're the people that you're going to want to throw into 3 ways. You might want to message, like, say you had somebody that was a nurse that is going to have gastric sleeve surgery, or something, or they have a major amount of weight to lose. Guess what? Who would be a really great candidate for that person for you to throw into a 3-way chat with? Me, I would be a great candidate for a 3-way conversation for that person. All right. But don't you dare throw me in a 3-way ever without messaging me first. That's your
what I mean. So this is like why it's so important for everybody to share somewhere publicly, because sometimes you won't even need the 3-way. Sometimes you can just send them that post and be like, look, like this reminds me of you. And this is why it's so important to kind of create the community and the whole ecosystem that everybody can utilize each other's stories, right? So
as you just said that, because exactly what you just said saved an awful lot of time. And guess what time is? Money. Okay. I'm sorry, but I associate time with money. Okay. So if you're wasting my time, you're literally wasting money. And I hate to say that, and I hope that doesn't come off like snooty or anything like that, but people will waste your time, you guys. They're either going to order or they're not. Answer their questions and move on. Okay. If they need a testimony or a story, guess what? You could go pull up my testimony or somebody that's similar. You could send it to them and they may or may not need that 3-way to close it. Or maybe you don't even know how to respond to them. You can take a screenshot of the conversation that you're having with them, send it to your upline. Your upline can help direct you if it's a 3-way or maybe or how you can kind of help them get to the solution of whatever it is that they get to. Okay, I think we really covered everything. Oh, my gosh, I knew this was gonna fly by tonight.
We all have homework to do, every single one of us. We are not exempt. Amanda's 5 years is in 12 days. None of us are exempt from sharing our story all over again. So
No, and actually that's why this was so perfect tonight of a topic, because I have a commitment to you all and myself to have my post submitted to Lavelle fan page prior to January 15th, 2022. I might as well sign this contract, right? Because I want it posted on that day, right? I want it posted on that day. So I need to have it submitted, turned in, and ready to go. And I'm going to ask them, because if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. Just like my daughter just got hired at the trampoline park yesterday. Guess what? It was because she went to the interview. If she never went to the interview, she never would have got the job. I was in that this little fruit bowl place yesterday, and I asked them if they were hiring. This was before her interview, and they said yes. And I said, okay, what do you need to do to get an application or to submit a resume or whatever? And they're like, just go to my Instagram, da da da. So I called my daughter, and I'm like, hey, they're hiring. Just go to their Instagram, tell them your mama sent you. But for real, like, I can't tell you how many jobs. Like Tim's son's Ashton got a job at Dunkin' Donuts because I went through the drive-through and asked them if they were hiring. Got him the application right then and there. He had an interview, and then boom, he was hired. Then he got a job at TJ Maxx. Because why? Because I asked if they were hiring, told him to download the application, hurried up and did it, sent in the resume. Boom, got the job because they applied. You guys will never sign customers if you don't actually talk to people. You will never sign customers if they don't know about the products that you have or what it is that you have to offer them in this business, in this industry, right? So get it out there, get consistent, get your story posted, share what it's doing for you, share what it's doing for others, and help change some lives, right? Help change some lives. So everybody has the email. If you don't have it, search on the Dream Team page. And then you can also send a support ticket in if you're really not sure and you're kind of lost. And then get consistent, get a game plan together, and then make it a rule that you're going to start sharing your testimony or your story at least like once. And it can be today on Facebook, next week on Instagram. Like, you don't have to post it every single week on the same platform. It can be different platforms, right? But get consistent putting it out there again. And then I know Crystal Simpson is really good about using stories to share. What do you use? Unfold? Is it Unfold that you use? I think she uses Unfold maybe. And like literally you can just basically type your story, and then it'll like put it, like arrange it for you. So you can like have it all typed out, and then it will separate it out into like 6 or 7 different slides, you guys. So there's all kinds of apps out there. If you don't know how to use them, just go to Instagram or go to YouTube and watch a video, and it'll show you real quick. Okay. So everybody have a good night. I'll get this up as quickly as I can. Sometimes it takes longer to download because my kids are like on their PCs. So any last things that you have to say, Jackie?
nope, that's it. Other than it's January, be excited for the new volume to increase. Also with the new price increases and stuff, like do not pass insecurities on to the new customers and like stuff like that. They don't know any better. And anybody that does know, it's just a little bit, it's $2 to $4. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And always push the other perks, because there are new perks, right? The free shipping and stuff. But other than that,
not just with your customers, with your team, you set the tone. Okay. You set the tone. If something drama to you, you don't got no time for drama. Okay.
Tomorrow we have a leadership call with Paul Gravette. Did you see that?
I just saw my email whenever I was on there. So
yes, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I think what is that for you guys in Eastern? 1?
1. Yep.
1 Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
check your emails. Check your emails. There's going to be, this should be exciting because it's the first announcement basically from our CEO. So who knows? I don't know what he's going to announce.
And Paul always has the greatest stories. And he likes to talk. So just be prepared. All right. Everybody have an amazing night and get ready because it's going to be an exciting month and actually exciting like next 6 months. So don't hold your breath. All right. Good night, guys.